guys, I am actually so happy that I share with you something today. My name is Denis Mathias. I'm a Form 6 student taking PCB at Heritage Secondary School in this year 2024. I also think that you are so happy as how I am, and I am happy to share with you some issues concerning success in our lives. I would like to start with a short story of a young woman. This young woman was walking along the road. She was very weak. I think 3 days had passed without her taking food. She had barefooted and she was full of dust. I think it's because of the long journey that she had. Actually, she had her young baby at her back. And I can see the place where she's heading, she's not aware of it. And it reaches a place where there's a dense forest. And actually, she tries to make quick steps to get out of that dangerous place. But I can observe the quick step that she makes. But it could not help just because the forest was too wide and she was to cross amid the forest. It was around the midnight, full of darkness and the thick forest. And immediately she began hearing the voices of the fierce animals in the forest. And so she was filled with fear. She trembled. Her limbs gave way and her knees knocked together. Around the total darkness, alone, with a young baby at her back, no one around to help. She stood with no help. Sometimes in your life, there are some moments that you are to stand alone and give you self-motivation to carry on the life struggles. Sometimes you might be discouraged or disillusioned, and only the solution that you should have at hand is to give self-motivation and carry on the journey. Actually, for you to succeed, don't forget one thing. You should live with others as a family. There is no one who succeeded if he or she could not invest on the development of others. Do not dare to live an isolated life, because as you invest on development of others, it also gives you a chance to plan and to prepare a way towards your road of success and highness. Don't forget to have a vision or a goal in whatever you do. Even the Bible says, if there's no vision, then the people perish. So you should have a vision on something that you want to achieve, and God will cultivate it into the highest degree of supremacy. Our story is narrated. Our father left his family, the mother and the young daughters, and he went far away to search for success. He strived there, and for about 20 years, he faced some challenges, some hardships, some difficulties. By the end of it all, he showed himself a man, and finally he managed to get peace. He was so happy after getting the peace, and he started the journey back home. In the boat, some meters near home, he was holding the peas in his hand, and he was speaking to himself. Now I think my wife and my daughters will have a good life with me like never before. And so I believe that they will be happy and so excited seeing the father after so long. Now I'm back home with these peas, which are like the starting point towards my success. He was trying to throw them in air and grasp them again. Throwing them in air, grasp them again. But it reached a moment when the peas dropped into the deepest bottom of the sea. And the joy, the happiness and the gladness that he had turned into pangs and sorrows. And he was thinking, what could he tell the family for the entire 20 years lost in a single minute? Sometimes you may struggle the best you can to achieve something, but at the end of it all, at the end of the journey, at the climax, you fail to utilize the long-lasting dreams that you had, turning them into realities. Be careful that you don't lose your peers at the end of it journey. Robert Scholar once said, most of the people fail in life not because they do not have ability or talent, they do not have a common goal. Sometimes they fail, it is just because they have not given all what they have to the problem they face. Are you strong and firm to turn your long-lasting dreams into realities? Also, Thomas Asbury once said, the great end of life is not knowledge, but action. The actions that you do now, full of difficulties, prepare you to become a very strong person in the coming days to come. Actually, tough times create strong people. The strong people create good times. The good times create the weak people. And the weak people create tough times. Then the cycle repeats. So today, the actions that you take, the deeds, the struggle that you undergo, which aim at making a good life at the future, I want to encourage you, they prepare you to become a very good person in the coming days. Just because as you tolerate now and show yourself strong, one day you will enjoy the fruits of your toil. And at the end of it all, you will drink the sips of the success, enjoying what God has given unto you. There are various issues in life that sometimes you may not understand, but only being determined and being focused on what you aim to can give you courage and strength to carry on. It does not matter what the background of viewers speak or what the background of viewers shows. It might be true that in your clan or in your family, no one has ever succeeded to the point that you wish to be. But only being focused and being determined to achieve something you have planned, that can be the internal motivation for you to carry on the struggle. At the end of it all, you will achieve the success and be happy because of the efforts that you have employed. Do you properly utilize the time that you have? Some people ask God to give them more time, more life. The same to you. You may ask yourself, why should God give you more time or more life in your life, in the life that you have? And only the thing that you should consider, ask yourself, do you utilize well and properly the gift and precious thing that you have of time, or day to day you waste it? Remember, time never repeats. It never recycled. And when you kill time, it never resurrects. Someone said you cannot touch the same water in the flowing river twice. And that means time cannot repeat. The way you utilize your time well in the proper manner prepares you to become a good person in the coming days. Just because by using the time properly, you utilize the chances around you, you live with others well, and you prepare a good platform towards your development. Ask yourself, do you wish to be great doctors? Do you want to be great teachers? Do you want to be the best pilots ever? Do you want to be businessmen and women in the near coming days? Do you want to be great scientists in the world, making the changes in development of technological advancement? Then you should be strong enough to cultivate what you already have into the point of success. Always God prepares a way for you. And when you plan, He establishes the plans. Do not fear. Do not tremble. Do not fumble. Some people fail because they are afraid of starting something. Because of the loss that they might get in the business, they are afraid to invest the energy to start the company. Because of the problems that they will face in initiating something, they fail to start the object. They fail to start the project. Because of being afraid of failures, some people they fail to do the exam. What I want to encourage you is, do not fail or do not fear to start something just because you are afraid of its consequences. Finally, I encourage you, God is strong, God is able, and He, the victor, has already given you the victory at hand. It depends on how you become strong to utilize and to use the victory at hand into reality, that others may see the victory that God has already given to you. Thank you.